this is amazing that even on the Patriot side now, the biggest news anchor, Alex Jones, who is a Christian, but I wouldn't say he's a traditional Christian. I mean, he's definitely not preaching a traditional end times message. He's definitely incorporating this technological spin on it. And you have to understand, you have over 40 million people watching him a week probably, and that's a conservative estimate. I mean, his audience is a more libertarian Christian base, and they are listening to him talk about the end times and talk about the technocratic system that is written in the book of Revelation. But it's usually not described like this by end time prophecy preachers. He's really describing it in an AI fashion, the AI God cult, right? He's explaining the beast as an AI system that has algorithms that can plan and see what you do and influence your buying and trading. If you have a low score, right? It's this supra-national, conscious, algorithmic system with all these heads and arms and horns and tentacles that the Bible talks about, that the beast has. One comes from the earth, one comes from the sea. The sea, many times in the Bible, is explained to be as a multitude of people. Even a cloud is the cloud of witnesses as well, right? As a multitude of people. It comes out of the consciousness of all these people. It controls the consciousness of all these people. It rules over it and is worshipped by the dragon. Is given power by the dragon. Is worshipped by the people. And you can see like this technology is really worshipped by the people there. Paying obeisance to it. They're completely engulfed in it. And you know, this little black device, this little cell phone is so powerful. This little, cell phone, look how tiny this thing is, so thin, fits in your pocket, but it's like this chip that you carry around. It can listen to you. I mean, the NSA admits that it listens and can record you. Facebook, Samsung make you sign a contract where they can record you and get algorithmic data on you to sell to third-party marketing companies. I mean, this is like the beast. I mean, and then he's talking about the whore, which he describes as everybody who's sold out to the system and thinks it's wonderful and thinks it's great, and they're prostituting themselves and their humanity to it. You see, that's a very unique take. That's not a traditional Christian take. Especially with literal Bible-believing Christians, they literally believe there will be a monster that comes out of the sea with the head of a leopard and mouth of a lion, with the paws of a bear, the arms and legs of a bear, and wings. I mean, they believe that this is literal, okay? They literally believe a beast is going to come out the ocean, and then one's going to come out the earth. But obviously, Alex Jones is now exposing himself as a non-literal biblical Christian. Okay, he's a Christian, but he doesn't believe in the Bible literally, especially Revelations. He doesn't believe in it literally. There will be a monster that comes out of the earth and then is literally given power by a red dragon. So he's coming out way more on the side of the divine principle than literal Bible-believing Christians who literally believe there will be monsters coming out of the sea and out of the earth and literal red dragons that are giving them power. With, of course, multiple heads and 20 horns, you name it. And he's becoming a huge portion of Christianity now in America that is seeing the book of Revelation in terms of this digital, algorithmic, AI cult technology, technocracy, which uses the cult of technology, uses the power of technology to create a super priest class, which then become the new God class, which then use this beast of AI and, algorithmic future prediction to govern you and to ensnare you into your desires, which then is powered and is given power by the whore, and which are all the people that agree to go along with the system, that think it's liberal and cool and trendy to be a part of this system, and worship the Zuckerbergs and the Bezoses, and are impressed by them. These little weak beta males walking around with deadly robots to compensate for their weakness and their immorality and their predatory nature. They're not protectors, they're predators. And so none of these people have problem making you weak, destroying your family, splitting your marriages, taxing you for breathing, depopulating you, sterilizing. None of these people have a problem with that. They are literally in a satanic cult, even though they don't believe in Satan. But the God that they worship, AI, is Satan. No question about it. AI is satanic in the end. Because in the end, it is the brainchild of Frankenstein. It's the brainchild of power-mongering elitists on power trips that thought through the AI they could gain power of the universe and rule and reign over the nations, which they basically do. I mean, Mark Zuckerberg has given all your information to China, folks, without your permission. Because, you know, in order to use Facebook, you basically signed on to allow him to infiltrate all your devices. I mean, you'll see right here, will you allow them to access your phone and pictures and all this stuff? You know, they can access everything. Many, many applications just access everything in your phone. All your contacts, all your lists, your pictures, your photos, your videos. The smart devices can actually listen to you as well. Now they want to make houses that are, quote, smart and that have microphones everywhere, the capability to, I mean, your dishwasher. This was a CIA article on Wired magazine with an Army general describing how your dishwasher will have microchips that will be able to pick up ambient conversations and then send back messages algorithmically so that the company knows what things you're interested in. I mean, this was written about in 2000. What was that? When was that article published? 2007? In Wired magazine. I mean, that was a Army, it was a general in the Army. Just look up Wired magazine, dishwasher listens to you. Look that up. Can you see that? CIA chief, look at that. CIA chief will spy on you through your dishwasher. That's the CIA chief, I'm sorry. That's even worse than the Army. I mean, not the Army men are bad or Army is bad, but at the top, they're so corrupt. Of course, the CIA as well. The normal Army man is an honorable person, just like the normal cop is an honorable person that is literally risking his life for the sake of, goodness. He's a moral person. But at the higher uppers, these people are so corrupt. And look at this, CIA chief, we will spy on you through your dishwasher. Go ahead, pan down.
David Petraeus.
There it is, Petraeus. There, look at him. Look at him playing golf there. Look at how they're so mesmerized by technology. Personal and household devices are connecting to the internet from your television. Go ahead, come down. To your car navigation systems, to your light switches. CIA Director David Petraeus cannot wait to spy on you through them. Earlier this month, Petraeus mused about the emergence of the Internet of Things, that has Wired Devices, a summit for In-Q-Tel, the CIA's venture capital firm. Now, so Wired magazine, which is a liberal, trendy thing, they were worried about this in 2007. But now the left is completely signed on with it. because they said, hey, man, we can't get rid of it. Might as well sign on with it and use it to get power. This is the problem with all internet, all technology. They become like the priest class. You know, what were the ancient priest class? They were the ones that understood science and technology more than the population, right? So they would use magicians. They would use all these tricks and to come across as if they had supernatural powers, right? They would predict the future because they would study the stars, right? So they could, quote, predict when things would happen or predict when a solar eclipse would happen. And you would see a solar eclipse happen and they would say, look, the gods have given me power and you must bow down to me and offer me your children and I will sacrifice them on the Aztec throne, Aztec altars, right? That's what they would do. These astronomers and basically these scientists that would manipulate science to create, religions for the masses, which then they would use to control the populations. That's exactly what this IA cult did, these elitists do. They use technology to try to be the new priest class that wants to rule over you. And of course, it's the same as the ancient priest class of the Aztecs or these, Satanists of the Chinese. Same cult. It's all centralized government. That's all it is. It's always aiming for the same type of governance and political system. Same political Satanist system. Always the same. Always the same. Looks different. Smells different, but always the same. Always the same. And human populations are so brain dead and dumbed down that they buy into it. When it comes out in its new flavor and its new fragrance, they buy into it. I'm trying not to rant, folks. I'm trying not to scream and stuff like that. My immune system down. I got my rib injured while training last week. Fever blisters all over my lips. My immune system is definitely down. So I'm trying to conserve my energy because I got to train today too. But, oh man, it's crazy. It's crazy. But you can see people in the Christian world, they are waking up. They're waking up. And these people in the leftist cult of human-hating, anti-human depopulation cult of Bill Gates and the super elitists like Prince Charles, all these elitists, they think they're in the in-group if they're into depopulation. Look at this little bozo David Hogg who's saying that he wants to rewrite the Constitution and that you should turn your guns in. This weaponized little child thinks he's in the same club as Prince Harry and Prince Charles and Prince William, who go to elitist parties drinking champagne with stupid little masquerade masks on, giggling to each other about how the world's biggest problem is population control and that we have to depopulate the world.